Apple will be the top performing Mag 7 stock over the next 6 months. Joining us to talk about the tech sector is Gene Munster, Deepwater Asset Management managing partner. How's your last couple of weeks been, Gene? Have you been white knuckles, or was it all as expected given the run-up we've seen in this sector?
Well, I think the last week, in terms of the shift from investors about how they think about AI and that overinvestment narrative really picking up steam, that's made my knuckles more white. I'm more cautious going into what NVIDIA, how that's going to be received on the 19th when NVIDIA reports. But more broadly is that if you kind of take a step back and think beyond this kind of concern about the overinvestment, I'm more encouraged over the past couple weeks in the earnings that, in fact, we're still early in this AI cycle, the AI trade. If you'd have asked me 6 months ago, I'd have said we're in the third inning. I think we're in the second inning now. I recognize that may feel a little bit out of touch with reality, just given all the concern about this. We're at the peak of a bubble. But holistically, Joel, I feel very good about where we're at relative to, most importantly, the demand. The demand piece is there, and we're still so early when it comes to applications. And I think that really played itself out in the last earnings period.
We haven't even started to see the payoff from AI. I mean, all the excitement is about how much money the people, that are the companies actually building it out are going to need. That gets a little concerning, probably, Gene, with how circular, we've talked about how circular it is. But if you think about the power and the eventual usage for AI, I waffle between as big as the internet, not as big as the internet, 10 times as big as the internet.
Yeah, it's this well-traveled road about how big, how transformative it's going to be. And I would just kind of set the landscape here is that those who are more skeptical about the AI trade would say that AI is going to be transformative. They'll say that it's going to have a big impact on our lives, but they'll also say that it's going to fall short of expectations. And the camp that I'm in is belief that it ultimately is higher than expectations. So trying to guess what that expectation game is, where ultimately everything is kind of the art of this. I believe that there's a lot of concern about AI bubble. I believe that ultimately that is a good thing for the market right now. I think it's a bullish sign for the market. I was there 25 years ago. I remember what the dot-com conversation was, and there wasn't this kind of intensity in 98, 99, 2000 about this bubble. So at the most basic level, when I think about the transformative, I think this is the central question investors should ask, is at what degree do you think AI will be transformative? The use cases so far are still relatively limited. We're still talking about coding and customer service as being the gold standard use case. Software companies have yet to realize the power of implementing this tool. And so I think that just the fact that the use cases are so limited today actually speaks to how bullish I am about where AI can go in the years to come.
Tell me about Apple. You've been bullish all along, finally paid off with the most recent pullback, I guess, since the beginning of the year.
Yeah, as you said at the top, this, I think, is going to be the top performing Mag 7 for the next 3 months. It's a total sleeper here, but effectively the bar is low for AI. There's no question about that. If you look at the cadence of what's going on with the iPhone, the numbers still need to come up for fiscal 26. And most importantly is what's going to happen probably in March or April timeframe with this new Siri. If Apple makes good, and they have a history of making good on high-quality products, if they make good on what they have very clearly described about their vision of the next series, something that is AI-powered and personal and contextual, if they deliver that, I think that that's going to expand the multiple. And so I'm in the camp there's a solid 20% upside to Apple shares over the next 3 to 6 months.
And it's not even an AI trade at all, is it? Or someday?
So far, yeah. It's been about the iPhone over the past few quarters. And just to kind of quickly put that into context is that for 2 years, iPhone was basically flat. Starting in the June quarter, we got to 10% growth. It was 6% last quarter. They guided to 12%. So we're kind of going back to 10% growth. So effectively, they're really riding this huge upgrade pool from 2021 when iPhone was up almost 40%. That's what's, I think, largely powering the iPhone right now. But more importantly, this AI piece is still largely hasn't been discovered. And I think you just take a big step. Maybe one thing to leave from our conversation today is the device side of AI really hasn't taken off. No one has a killer AI-powered phone that's out there. Apple hasn't done it. No one's done it. And I think you're going to see a resurgence around not only phone usage when AI actually becomes beneficial to it, but also a whole new class of devices. We do venture investing also at Deepwater, and we're seeing a ton of AI wearable hardware device companies. So I think you're going to see Apple kind of see this new renaissance around device interest powered by AI in the years to come.